Hey guys, we're here at the Star City Open Trials at War Dogs Gaming, and I'm sitting here with Tyler Crumley.
Hello, nice
to Tyler.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about your deck here, and
no problem.
I actually really like what you've done here. I played against it before. It's beaten me before. It's not good. I mean, it's a great deck. Not good that you beat me again. But why don't you tell us just a little bit about the concept of your deck and what
it's pretty much based around the card Maze's End, which is from Dragon's Maze. And what you really need to do is get 10 of each guild gate, or 1 of each guild gate. There's 10 gates. And once you activate it for the 10th time, you win the game. And pretty much just stall tactics. Pretty much all it is in the deck. Removal and just prevent damage and gain life.
Yeah.
So all I do.
And when I played mono white heroic. So basically my objective was to get creatures out there and just beat Tyler's face. Unfortunately, his stall tactics work really well for mitigating damage and also removing creatures from the board, which is, more often than not, I won. Last time you played second?
Yes, I did. I lost to Mono Red Devotion, which is probably my worst matchup because it's too fast. Yeah. All my gates come in tapped, which is it's a little too slow sometimes for that kind of matchup, but I think it works out okay most matchups though.
Yeah. Any big cards? And what are your favorite cards here other than the Maze's End, of course? What are your favorite?
I think right now it's probably Supreme Verdict and Sphinx's Revelation. Yeah. Just the life gain and the draw cards is amazing, and then Supreme Verdict is just I need it almost every game. And I do like in the sideboard though. I have like sometimes people I'll take a Pithy Needle or something kind of land destruction to get rid of Maze's End. I can't win, so people don't really expect me to bring in cards that can actually win. So I'll bring in like Elspeth or Blood Baron or Viscopa. It gets like mono black, and Elspeth is good against anybody almost.
Right.
And they can come in and just win the game by themselves. And another card no one forgets about is called Crackling Perimeter. It's red and colorless. It's an enchantment, and I can tap and untap gate and do 1 damage to them.
Nice.
So I play that, and they'll Pithy Needle my Maze, and then I'll do 10 a turn at them. And that's all I need to do.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. Well, you have any predictions on what's going to happen with you this game?
I'm not really sure. I expect a lot of aggro, which might be a little tough, but I changed it up a little bit from my last list. Added a few more fog effects and some Jaces to help.
Architects of Thought.
Yeah, help. His +1 help get a little damage off the board a little bit. I think you should okay. Hopefully though.
All right, man. Well, I would definitely wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
Hope you kick ass.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, we are back here with round 4 of the Tournament of Champions here at War Dogs Gaming. We have young Mr. Tyler Crumley facing off against Dan Worcester. Now, Tyler's going to be rocking the Maze's End deck, and he essentially is going to be trying to get 10 different guild gates out on the table. If he can do so and play Maze's End, he will win the game.
And Mr. Worcester is playing black-white mid-range. A deck that we haven't seen today. Both of these decks we haven't seen today, so hopefully it'll be an interesting match.
Yeah. Well, so some of the highlights today, I gotta talk about it while they're shuffling up. I'm still thinking about Lonnie and Levi game 3. That was an amazing match.
Sure was. I mean, that was probably the highlight of the day. Hopefully we'll see another match like that when it comes to the finals.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Looks like they're finishing up their shuffles here.
I'd just like to thank everybody for stopping by today and sending out all the tweets and whatnot, and kind of supporting us as we're doing this stream. Again, everything's going to be posted here to YouTube after we get everything settled, so probably sometime tonight, or at least starting to sometime tonight. I may have to switch into tomorrow and maybe even Monday, but the quality when it goes there is going to be a lot better, but you guys get the gist of it as we're doing this thing, I think. And hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Ooh, 3d6.
That's probably one of the lowest possible rolls that you could have got off of 3 dice.
Yeah, I've had some D&D characters where that was a stat before. Yeah, I like those broken characters. Yeah, those. What's your intelligence? It's a 4. Yeah.
Can't speak, but I smash. I like to break things.
Yeah. Okay. Tyler's coming out with a gate.
Tyler's objective is to just throw down a bunch of lands and win the game, right?
Yeah. Is that Elixir of Immortality?
Yeah.
Alright, strong play for turn 2. I actually like that. If Dan's not familiar with what he's trying to do here with Maze's End, Elixir of Immortality may throw him off a bit.
Yeah, he'll definitely know what's going on by next game, I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Ooh, Nightville Spectre.
Ooh, Detention Sphere. So Detention Sphere is going to keep that creature exiled, so we're not going to have to worry about that. Tyler's objective is going to be to mitigate any offense that Dan's going to try to put on there. And of course, Dan's going to have to try to kill him before he gets those 10 gates out, which right now we're off to a pretty bad time. What do we have there? Is that a Spectre?
Nightville Spectre, yes.
Yeah.
And Tyler just dropped a... I can never remember the name of that card. It's a...
That's the one that gives him life, right?
Ceruli Gatekeeper.
Yeah,
he
gives him
gains 7
life.
life. So Tyler's at 27 right now.
So it's a really good draw for this deck. He gets a bunch of life back, and he gets a little low-level blocker. Although with that Spectre out, he's going to be able to fly right over there.
I'm really excited to see this black-white mid-range, see what it has to offer.
Okay, Tyler has to take those 2 damage.
Oh, what Jace.
Oh.
Jace has gone into exile. I don't know if there's any way that Dan can cast that. So, but that definitely hurts Tyler. It's a real nice cog in the wheel of that is Maze's End.
Yeah, that's actually, I think it's a recent addition to Maze's End,
Mhm.
at least what he's been playing today, from our deck talk that we had earlier.
Nightville Spectre coming across. You know, Nightville Spectre is one of those cards in this format that's just, wow. Look at that. I mean, that's the type of, definitely the type of move that you want to get. Get
Yeah.
that Sphinx Revelation. It's going to stop card draw. It's going to stop life gain. It's, wow.
Yeah, and it could potentially hose him out on a gate that he's really going to need.
Mhm.
So, I mean, this is... Tyler needs to do something to be able to stop that thing, or else he's going to be in...
And I'm looking at Tyler's deck here, and I don't see, besides Fog, I don't see any creatures with reach, so that card's really just going to just...
He does have a Supreme Verdict, right, to be
Yes.
able to get rid of that?
That's right.
Yeah.
And Hero's Downfall also. Yeah, he's just... Gatekeeper Vine, yeah, that's a... I don't know, Tyler doesn't seem like he's too worried about it, though.
He does have... What is that? 4, 6, 7 gates out now?
Yeah.
So he's...
Does he
he
have
may
the
be
Maze's
sitting pretty
End?
with just what's in his hand. Who knows what he's got? He's keeping them pretty close to chest, so we haven't really had a chance to peek yet.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eyes on the Nightville Spectre flying in. A Grey Merchant for 5.
Nice play. Grey Merchant's a really good card. And it's a common as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little pricey, but
Yeah, I think
that
that
devotion is good.
The foil one's like a $4 common card, but it's hey, it's better than a lot of rares. It seems
Yeah.
like.
Maybe that's a Wizard's subtle way of telling us, hey, we want you to play this.
Looks like Tyler's rearranging his lands. It's usually a tale that he's about to play something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tyler was baiting him to see if he would get him to block with the Grey Merchant. That way he could wipe his board, but he didn't take the bait.
Yeah, good decision there by Dan. He knew he had the life back. He knew he wasn't taking much, so it's easy enough to let that happen, and it'll be okay.
A lot of people won't block with their green merchants because, I mean, if he has another green merchant in hand, it adds up to his devotion. Obsidat. It's a card there. And then when he comes in play, Dan's going to gain 2 life. And he can flash him out, and at the beginning of the next turn, he'll gain another 2 life. Not this time.
Oh, looks like I got him at the hero's downfall. You know, Tyler hasn't played Maze's End yet, so I'm wondering if he has it in hand, or if he's looking to get it in the draw.
Looks as if that's... Is that another copy of the same gate that he put down there?
Let's see, we can zoom in here and just examine what Tyler's rocking in terms of gates. There we go. Okay, looks like that's all as far as the pan and tilt we're going to be able to get.
Looks like a Selesnya gate. And... Let's say yeah. Let's say this.
No, I think that's it. I think that's a unique one.
Is that a different one?
Yeah,
okay.
I think so. It's a little hard to tell because the artwork here
kind of matches this.
It kind of matches that one, yeah, and it kind of matches this one right here. But I think those are different.
Okay, we got a gift of immortality placed on the Great Merchant. Let me see something.
Gift of Immortality is a good card. It's going to allow him to keep his creature, or that Grey Matron, on the board, and it's going to be able to, again, keep that devotion cost out there. So he's got Tyler down to 12 health, but it looks like Tyler has, and I may be wrong about this, but it looks like Tyler's got the gates. And he's going to sack his Elixir of Immortality and shuffle his discard pile back into his hand. Now, one thing that's really going to be a problem for Tyler right now is that Spectre took out a lot of cards and exiled a lot of good cards. And his Sphinx of Revelations being one of them, probably the biggest one he needed. That's going to let him draw a bunch.
That was a major hit. That and the Jace kind of took away his card draw. He does have 2 more Sphinx Revelation main board, so another gate.
Okay, and that one's definitely a unique one. Looks like he's 9 gates, and I've got to think at this point he would have played Maze's End if he had it.
Okay, we got Dan played an Orzhov charm to return target creature with and all enchantments back to his hand, so he could replay the
Grey Merchant.
To replay the Grey Merchant. It's an interesting play.
Yeah, also telling he probably doesn't have a lot else in his hand to be able to do. So it's fancy plays like that. It's usually
High Priest of Penance. That's it's an interesting card. If he can get Tyler to kill him, he can get rid of that detention sphere and get back his Nightvale Spectre.
Now I'm wondering why why Dan didn't play that first and then bring the Grey Merchant back. That would have upped the devotion a bit. At least by 1. Oh, and we got a Thoughtseize.
Thinking he's going to take the right control.
So thank goodness that Tyler did not have Maze's End in his hand right there, because that would have been a bad time. And you see, I'm assuming he's got 4 copies of that running in his board.
In Maze's End? Yes.
Yeah. It makes sense. He is playing the deck called Maze's End. We've got a Hero's Downfall.
Did we just lose audio?
No, I think we're still good.
Are we good? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Tyler peeking at the board here. Still has the 10 gates, and so he's really looking for a top deck. If he can get Maze's End, it's a GG in 2 turns. If he doesn't,
Yeah.
So this is going to come down to the wire for Tyler.
Okay, we got a Sin Collector. He's going to take a look at Tyler's hand, and in response, I'm thinking, yeah, Tyler's going to go ahead and gain the life and not give him a card. Oh, he does. He gets the Anger of the Gods.
And that is being exiled.
Got a Jace.
Okay, Jace, that's gonna help Tyler out quite a bit. Okay, Hero's Downfall, Detention Sphere, Riot Control.
This is actually probably the first time I've ever seen this deck played where there's not been an Amaze's End on the field.
Yeah.
It's
kind of a bit of a misnomer here, but looks like Tyler's gonna keep. Oh, does he get to keep all 3?
no. He put one back on the bottom.
Okay, unfortunately, though, he does have the ability to mitigate some of the damage coming at him.
Mm-hmm.
So he won't just immediately lose Jace on this next attack step, hopefully.
Right control. Yeah.
Okay, and he's gonna get some health back there. Good play.
Let's see what Mr. Worcester has here. He's gonna pass the turn. Yeah. Digging. Time to dig. Looking for that Maze's End. Ratchet Bomb, Boros Guildgate, and Zeruli Gatekeepers.
Now he needs that Boros Guildgate.
He's gonna take the Zeruli Gatekeeper, I guess. He needs that life, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, Tyler's gonna stay alive a little longer, and hopefully he's got a Maze's End in there. It's still... Yeah, they must be all bunched together or something, because he's not...
I've been in Dan's position, and once you get somebody down to 5 or 6 life, and then they go all the way back up to 24, that's kind of
yeah.
disheartening.
It is a bit frustrating.
Okay. Looks like Tyler's going to...
And I wonder why Dan did not attack with his Green Merchant as well there.
I don't know, that doesn't...
Is that Maze's End?
This is Maze's End here, I do
Yeah,
believe.
so I think he just dropped Maze's End down. So he has got a...
He's got one turn to make it happen.
This is looking like it's gonna go Tyler's way here, but Dan may... He just doesn't have enough damage output right now to be able to stop him. Tyler's still at 20 health.
Warzop Charm.
Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna bounce the Great Merchant again. Tyler's down to 17.
He
Okay.
needs to return the Maze into his hand. That should be... No, apparently not. He's got a lot of gates out there, but not the ones he needs.
Interesting. So he's looking through his deck right now to find that final gate that he's lacking. So he looks like he definitely did have a double up somewhere.
And that should be game. Yeah.
Yep,
Game 1 went to Tyler Crumley.
Good win by Tyler. I was a little worried for him. He is a guy that comes into the shop quite a bit. I haven't seen Dan around as much. Is Dan a regular here?
I think Dan just moved to the area is what he told me. So
oh, really?
hopefully we can provide him a new place to play and treat him like we treat all of our War Dogs customers.
Terrible. Yeah. We went to the same place. Yeah, they actually beat me if I don't come in. So Tyler's going to take the first round of this year. I wonder what Dan is going to do in his sideboard here to mitigate some of what Tyler's doing. Exiling those cards was a great strategy. He got some really good pulls off of that Spectre. More of that, I think, is what he needs.
I think that Dan might be signing in some silence. It's just so hard to sign in against this deck. Tyler might sign in the Blood Baron of Vizcopa, Elspeth's Nun's Champion. His sideboard is really there's lots of things that he can do.
All in all, quite a bit different than what we've showcased here thus far in the tournament. A little bit slower paced match, which is what you're going to get in Maze's End if it's doing its job right. But interesting nonetheless. I think next week we're actually planning the Born of the Gods primer video, which will be on the Let's Level Up channel, and it'll feature myself, Israel on the panel, also Mr. Tyler Crumley will be on the panel, and Mr. Jimmy Trejo, and that's going to be a good time. We're going to talk about our favorite cards in the Born of the Gods set, go through all of the spoilers, and really tell you guys what you should be looking for depending on what type of deck you're going to be building. So that's going to be really good, and we'll announce everything on Twitter and Facebook once we get a date settled. So as soon as we have some more spoilers out here, we're going to be getting together, and
should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll shoot it right here at War Dogs, and it's going to be good. Anything in Born of the Gods right now that's really tickling your fancy?
There's a lot of the new gods are really awesome. Xenagos, one of the Planeswalkers, is now a god, and he's probably the most impressive card that I've seen so far. But we've been talking in the store, and there's quite a lot of some really cool combos going to be in Standard. Make sure that you tune in for that, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So do you know anything story-wise? How did Xenagos go from a Planeswalker to a god?
You know, I wish I knew that kind of stuff, but I don't follow the storylines.
Story too much, yeah. It always seems so. I say this. It always seems so trivial to me because it didn't affect the game.
The gameplay
so much.
Yeah.
It affects what sets are going to come out and what the kind of cards they're going to put on there and what happens to the different cards. Cards go from normal creature to an undead creature because he died somewhere in the story, something like that. But it's neat. It's very neat.
When the fat packs used to come with the little novels, I don't know if you remember that or not.
Uh-huh.
I used to read those. But then when they stopped putting the novels in the fat packs, I just kind of, I'll just read whatever.
Yeah. No, and now they got a Magic movie coming. You hear about the Magic
movie? Yeah, I've heard
movie?
about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. I would assume that they're going to do Jace or Chandra or something like that and kind of tell their story.
Gideon maybe.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis, probably gonna. Mel Gibson.
Maybe
even our own Ricky Perez.
Yeah. Yeah. I could play Garuk.
Garuk, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like they do the Hobbit and they just make me bigger.
Yeah.
Taller rather, not wider. Yeah. I think I'm plenty wide enough to play Garuk. Man, I'll tell you what. One thing I'm really looking forward to in Born of the Gods. That's Tribute. Tribute's going to be really fun to play. The new mechanic Tributes. It gives your opponent the decision to pay you tribute, and it's depending on what card it is. If they don't pay, something happens.
Yeah, like they'll get 5 1/1 counters on it, or they'll take 5 damage. Either way, it's not good.
It's going to be nasty, and you're taking away their resources. And I think it's always mana that they pay with. Sometimes they have to sacrifice a creature to play. Sometimes they'll play with straight up with life.
Or they'll be like, you take the life or you get the counters.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay, so it looks like these guys are already on turn 2 as we're talking about Tribute, and Tyler's laying down 2 gates right away. And it looks like we've got two lands from Mr. Dan up there. Let's see, is that the Spectre again?
Yeah, it looks like a Nightville Spectre. It looks like the pre-release promotional. Or maybe the buy box. I think it was the buy box.
Okay, so we got 3 gates out now from Tyler.
That Gate Creeper Vine is really one of the cards that Tyler wants to see come up.
Now, what is Gatekeeper Vine going to do other than...
It goes and searches out a land, a gate, and then it's a 0/2 body.
So it's
unfortunately,
gonna be
it doesn't
have
have
some
reach.
damage.
So Tyler really would have liked to have had that one. So what kind of interesting stuff does Let's Level Up have coming further on down the line?
Well, we've got right now we're wrapping up our Tasty Menstrual review section. So we've actually been taking a look at Imminent Domain and Belfort and their 2 expansions. Up next, we've got a couple new projects that are coming out, hitting Kickstarter in February. One's called Game Developers, and then we've also got a review coming up of Professor Pugnacious's Tales of Perils, Perfidy, and Putry or something like that. It's a mouthful, but that's another deck builder. Looks pretty neat. On top of that, we are running the contest again for Mage Wars. We were about a year ago, around this time, I got the idea to start Let's Level Up, and I wanted to just provide game reviews and play sessions and whatnot. And looks like another Spectre's out there. He thought he got it for the Detention Sphere, but they just keep coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are celebrating our 1 year as a concept, pretty much. We released our first video in March, but we got the site up and everything about a year, and then we spent a couple months researching how to do things. And Thoughtseize, not what we want here for Tyler.
Look at that. Look at that hand.
Yeah, is that the Supreme Verdict there?
Yeah, Supreme Verdict.
Fog and the Detention Sphere. Oof. And a gate.
The only thing he can't take is the gate.
Oh, that's right, because it's any non-land, right? Okay, yeah, he's got to go for that Supreme Verdict, I'd imagine. Oh, no, he's going to go for the Detention Sphere. Interesting. Now, is the Detention Sphere just one creature, or is it...
If, let's say that Dan would have had 3 Nightville Spectres out. When the Detention Sphere targets one, all 3 would be exiled underneath the Detention Sphere.
I see. So it'll do all creatures out on the board of the same name?
Correct.
And the board is wiped with that Supreme Victory.
Supreme Victory.
The Burrito Supreme Victory. You can tell it's lunchtime.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Cerulean Gatekeeper. 7 life.
Up to 23 from 16. Nice play. Tyler's got 6 gates out. Still no Mace's End. But the Spectres have been taken care of, and it looks like he may be able to avoid a lot of this exiling that was happening before. What does Dan do, Israel, to win this game?
Dan just has to stick with his game plan. I mean, it's pretty much it's hand control creatures. I mean, it's he needs to put out some bodies on the field and start swinging away.
Tyler's up to 30 health now. He's got another really great keeper, and this is one of those decks that's under the radar, so to speak. I think it won't be when Board of the God comes out, because you'll have the Kiora, the Crashing Wave, is really going to make this deck next level. Yeah, I was talking to Tyler between the matches, and he was talking about Kiora.
Yeah.
She's going to be nasty. Kiora is it her 0 ability or a +1 ability that allows you to play another land?
I do believe it's her 0 ability.
Yeah, that's going to increase the speed of this Maze's End deck quite a bit.
Okay, looks like we got a Green Merchant coming out. Good old Gary. Unfortunately, it just doesn't have the impact that Dan needs. With Tyler at 28. Dan isn't running the Desecration Demons. That's an interesting. Of course, he's not playing mono black devotion. He's playing more like a black white mid range. But it's an interesting build. Another Grey Merchant.
Another Grey Merchant. Who's going to take 4 damage on that one? Ooh, Detention Sphere is going to nab both of those Grey Merchants. Well, Tyler hasn't had the best of luck with Maze's End today. And it's playing a bit slower than I've seen it before. Again, I'm surprised 2 games in a row we haven't seen a Maze's End drop. Maybe he just doesn't want a mulligan. Before he's gone down to 4 cards before mulligan, just trying to make sure. Excuse me, he had Maze's End in hand. I've got another Night Veil Spectre out, which could be trouble for Tyler if he takes damage there. Oh.
Yeah. That's a... Let's see what a...
He's gonna probably want to nab that Rift, huh?
I don't know. He's
Now, does Dan get to choose which card that he takes?
No. Yeah. Tyler's going to take that gate and that Cyclonic Rift, no problem.
Okay. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 gates. Spectre and Fog. So Fog's going to prevent all combat damage dealt by the Night Veil Spectre, so the Night Veil Spectre is not going to be able to exile the top card of Tyler's library. That was a mouthful.
That was. You can tell that you're a professional.
Yeah.
If I would have tried that, my jaw would have fell off. Okay.
It sounds like somebody is hammering.
Sounds like somebody's knocking on something.
Okay. Now I think that is a repeat gate.
It looks like he has 2 Rakdos skill gates out, so yeah, he's not at 10 yet. It don't seem like. Real Supreme Verdict. That was interesting that Dan didn't flash the Obsidian out.
interesting. Tyler just bumping up Jace rather than using his -2 to look through his decks. He wants to try to keep him around. He's got the life. He's not in any rush right now to try to win this thing. So if he can get the draw.
This is really where Tyler starts to shine here. He's yeah, here we go. Wow. Let's see what Dan does here. I mean, either one of these is, yeah. Tyler will probably take the double Gatekeeper Vine.
Mm-hmm. So with those, he just needs to get
really?
Maze's End.
He's taking the Slaughter Games.
Interesting. Now, what is Slaughter Games doing here?
He's taking out the Obsidat. Let's see how many. He runs 2 in the deck. 0 on the sideboard, so I think that Tyler was really worried that he might have another one in hand, or that's the only thing that would give him any trouble.
Sorry. Okay, another gate out. The way we mentioned it a couple times now, but the contest for the Mage Wars is going to end January 31st, so make sure you like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Let's Level Up DOTNET, and make sure you do that before the end of the month, because that is when we're going to draw a winner.
Question on that: how many times can you like a page?
How many profiles do you have?
Oh. Yeah, that's a good game. The Blood Baron's protection from black and from white. Scoop phase.
Valiant effort for Dan, but looks like Maze's End is going to get a victory. Tyler's first of the day.
I think that's the first time that I've ever seen Maze's End win by a creature.
Yeah. Tyler's actually said he sideboarded in some things like that if he just wasn't getting it, he'd be able to kind of switch some things around, which is an interesting play, I think. But
well, next up we have the semifinal match and then the finals. So
that's right. So we're gonna go down to the top 4 at this point. So this is the end of the Swiss. We'll have 2 more rounds that we're going to be broadcasting, and I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in so far and watched. And as always, please tip your waitresses. Is that what you say?
Yeah.
Support your waitresses. Give us a like on the channel. Again, subscribe, do all that stuff. Superscribe on everything, is what we like to say.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Double thumbs up. We'll be back with the first round, or for this first semis match.
Yep.